Ready to open the hood? UseTool for the tutorials.
And for car parts, the right idea is the Mr. Auto app. Easy, fast, and with better prices than on the website.
You will find the bulk control arms used in the video exclusively on the Mr. Auto website and through the link in the description. Turn your engine off and pull up the handbrake. In order to make changes to the control arms on your vehicle, you need to lift the front of the vehicle, and to remove the wheels, this will give you full access to the suspension system. Loosen the stud bolts on the front wheels. Raise the front of the vehicle and put it in the two-axle stands. We strongly suggest watching the tutorial, raising your vehicle safely, before carrying out this step. You will then be able to take off the wheels. Don't forget to slide them under the vehicle. The control arms on your vehicle are divided into two compartments. Start by changing the front control arm. As the components to be removed are very often seized up, don't hesitate to brush and to use penetrating oil to facilitate the operation. Using a T-handle wrench and a 21mm socket, loosen the ball joint nut on the control arm. Then unscrew it with a 21mm spanner. Remove the nut. Remove the ball joint. Then, using an 18mm ratchet spanner, unscrew the screw holding the control arm to the engine bed. Remove the screw. Remove the control arm. Brush and grease the ball joint area before installing the new control arm.
All parts used in this tutorial are supplied by our trusted partners. These partners also help us create as many video tutorials as possible. Check them out in the description below.
You can find the bulk parts and products used in the video on the Mr. Auto website and linked in the description. Get the new arm. Start by fitting the control arm on the engine bed side and roughly screw the screw back on. Reinstall the control arm ball joint into the stub axle and screw it back on. To do this, use a 21mm spanner and a 30mm Torx spanner to slow down the rotation of the ball joint. Repeat the removal of the rear control arm using the same tools for disassembly and reassembly. Unscrew and remove the ball joint from the control arm. Do the same with the screw on the engine bed side. In order to remove the screw on the engine bedside, you need to fully turn the steering wheel to the right. Remove the control arm by sliding it into its slot. Clean and grease the ball joint area before installing it. get the new part. Start by installing the control arm on the engine bedside, tightening it roughly. And put the ball joint back in. And screw it back. You can finalise the tightening of the two control arm ball joints on the stub axle with the Torx spanner. To tighten the ball joints on the engine bedside, you'll need to lift the control arms at the stub axle level using a jack. The silent blocks on the engine subframe side must be tightened in the vehicle on the ground position in order to preserve their integrity. Once in position, finalise the tightening of the control arms with a torque wrench. Then you will be able to put the wheels back on your vehicle. Put your car back on the ground and block the wheels properly. During this operation, you will work on the front end of your car. Checks on tyre alignment, when carried out by a professional, will guarantee that your steering system has been perfectly aligned and is in good working order. Operation completed.
Hi, it's Theo from UseTool. I hope this video has helped you a lot in your car maintenance. We would be super grateful if you could spread the word so that we can produce even more tutorials. Simply give us a like, a comment, and hit that subscribe button. It really helps us boost the channel and help the whole community. Thanks a lot and have a great one.